Father, this
Yes,
is the
hello,
first
daughter.
trial. Why are you here?
I've been here before. This is not my first time here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
It's fine. A lot's happened, sweetie.
But you've been away from my life for so long. I'm just so used to you not being here. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I don't like the implications of that. A 1, a 2.
I'm Zuko right now. Where's the rest of it? 3?
How many legs does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Last Will and Testament?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made this 11th hour discovery.
We've made like 17 11th hour discoveries. You shut up, sir. We're at like the 42nd hour discovery at this point.
Hello everybody, KVTV on the Sun, and welcome back to, the last case of this great Ace Attorney. We have discovered Clint's will that was hiding inside Karma this whole time, and Lewis was losing his mind about it. So, I think we all know where we need to go at this point. I don't remember if you read this line because it's been 2 weeks since we sat down to record.
A legend will that he penned in his final moments appear to have been lost forever. We will never see it again. It is impossible. We will never see this will again. There is no place this could have hidden for the last 10 years. Absolutely none.
Sir, I have unfortunate news for you. You're in an Ace Attorney game.
It will never happen. Lord Strongheart, you appear to be in something of a hurry to wrap things up. I wonder why.
Just called out.
We've heard you state time and again during these proceedings that everything you did was in the interest of protecting British law and order.
Dun dun.
And I stand by that. Without the Reaper, we could never have achieved the reduction in crime the capital has seen.
Objection. What
Cool
about...
story. It's still murder.
Yeah. What about Inspector Gregson, then?
And Dr. Wilson. They were no criminals. You used them to achieve your ends, and then you had them killed.
However you dress it up, there was nothing fair or just about that.
Lord Strongheart, what exactly is it that you're hiding? Dr. Mikotoba! Were you not quietly withdrawn after the translation of your former associate's will? In this courtroom, no argument carries weight unless it is supported by evidence.
Oh, well, if you want evidence, I mean, we got you.
And it would seem that the defense has no more evidence to present.
Are you
I
sure
mean, it would
about that?
seem.
In which case, I hereby order all discourse from this proceedings to be struck from the record.
Alright, if we're gonna play that way. This is my last chance.
Mr. Naruto,
I have to present some decisive evidence now, or it's all over. But can I? Yes, you can, sir. Yes, you can. My
Wait and see. We'll just end the game right here.
Wait, my lord! As it happens, the defense does have evidence to present.
Don't be absurd. There's nothing of relevance remaining from the time.
Objection.
It's high time that you realize something, my lord. This gentleman has an uncanny habit of producing evidence at the final hour that had escaped everyone else's attention. It's honestly quite frustrating, but I'm going to take it right now. Nonsense.
What is it, Ryunosuke? What do you have?
A birthday cake.
I have plot armor.
A Klondike bar.
I dare
what would you
say,
do?
Actually,
For
the final decisive piece of evidence that will reveal the whole truth about this rotten tale.
how can you?
Decisive? Well, it would appear there's no escaping it now, my lord. Let it be so then. Present whatever you think you have that can settle this decade-old enigma. If you're capable. What exactly is this evidence that the defense claims to be so decisive?
We
Man,
can do 5 tries of this. Why?
I was expecting all of them to be lit up.
Yeah.
And like, no, you lose if you get the wrong one. I have chances? Wow, you're so generous, Strongheart. Anyway.
Well, I'm gonna present the sword, the ring. They're all related.
There is no one piece of evidence you could present that would stop me. Oh God, it's the one piece of evidence you could present that would stop me.
There is
Yes, the one piece.
a single
I found
piece.
it.
The one piece.
I found Goldie Roger's treasure.
There is a single piece of evidence that can clarify what really happened 10 years ago.
The last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
A wonderfully astute observation, I'm sure. But in case it had escaped your notice, that document was lost long ago.
That's right, it was. Only, I have it right here. Discovered just moments ago. I'm sorry, Ryunosuke's just like, oh yeah, it was lost, but you know what? I got it right here.
And this is why we implemented things of like the discovery period. So others.
Oh, but what the hell?
Everything that's happened comes back to this will. This document is the key that will unlock the entire mystery.
His face.
And Discord has cut out Lewis.
My brother's last will and testament. Where did you find that?
Oh. It was rolled up inside this.
Inside Karama.
That ultimate weapon Genshin Asogi obtained has lain undisturbed in the hilt of this sword all these years. Just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth. It's so poetic, actually.
I'm actually kind of like, I'm just surprised that the entire time Kazuma's had that, he never figured that out. And also, the entire time we had it, we never figured that out.
I mean, no one thinks about the check inside the hilt of a sword. Let's be real. We just thought Karma was just a prop for Ryunosuke to remember his boyfriend. I mean, I don't think it ever occurred to anyone up until this point. I'm gonna be honest.
Also, thankfully, he wasn't thrown overboard with the sword.
Oh god, yeah.
Might not cut out
and
when you were
seals
explaining
certainly
this.
look official.
Okay, man, Zeeks.
My God, it's true. It's my brother's handwriting. That could be no mistake. I forbid the contents of that document from being read out. Do you hear me? I strictly forbid it. You definitely do not have a history of doing that anyway, but I strictly forbid it.
Yeah, well,
My
even
lord,
if
it's
I
evidence.
look, even if I had a history about it, you can't do that, my lord. This document could explain everything. It is evidence.
Nada. That document could literally destroy the meaning of justice in this country.
Oh,
But
boo-hoo.
that's not good. Why is it a hinge on that?
I demand that you hand it to me at once.
No, you're
Why?
gonna burn it.
Why? What are you trying to hide? Could it be that you already know what's written on this page?
Yeah, what are you implying? Court is adjourned with immediate effect. Clear the courtroom.
Objection!
Do that, my lord. And you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice. I beg your pardon?
Forcibly ending a trial without good reason. And not any trial, a closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen. To defy the monarch's will is treason.
Ugh.
Lord Clint Van Zieks really did pen a will that day.
It's exactly as the young Japanese man said.
Read it out, now! You have a right to hear what's in
what-
that will.
You know, I'm just gonna
Same
stop
brain
trying
cell.
to read those right now. Honestly,
No,
like, just-
it's fine. You both had the same brain cell there. I quite enjoyed that.
well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't going to go quite as you'd hoped.
I like that he gives the smile. Just
I
like-
know, I love Mikatoba.
Damn, sucks for you, my lord. You fools!
Go ahead, Ryunosuke. Read it. But the prosecution gives its full support.
Put that English major to use!
Very well then.
No, for God's sakes! No!
Too late.
But yes,
Okay, Colossus from X-Men Arcade.
Liz, would you care to read this as if you were Clint Van Zieks?
Was I Clint Van Six? I don't remember what my voice even was.
Yes. It's
I've been
basically
giv-
Baroque.
I think,
It's
what was it?
Baroque.
Just Baroque but happy?
I don't think you've ever read for Clint. I'm just saying you should probably take Clint just because I've given Final Genshin Asogi just because Asogi. But so that's why I'm like,
fair.
yeah. So
All right, so like all right, so Baroque is somewhere down here. So I'm gonna make Clint
I
somewhere
think-
up here.
I think he's elegant, Baroque.
Yes, Clint's somewhere up here. A little higher, just a tiny little bit higher.
Yeah, he has someone up here. He died and went to heaven.
Yes. I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m., and I sit at my writing desk in my office. My good friend Asogi stands at my shoulder. He has expressed his intent to evoke the dying ritual of the duel, that I may depart this world with honor. An honor of which I am utterly undeserving. The Japanese are a truly merciful people. I, Clint Van Zieks, Lord of the Manor of the Van Zieks Estate, hereby confess to the following. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. I will not here discourse the corruption rife among the aristocracy, which is to me, as one of them, so apparent. However, 6 months ago, I took the life of a member of the House of Lords at the heart of the depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interests, abusing his position of power. The law is impotent against such vile avarice. Only a fellow demon can rid society of this menace. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly set my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another, and I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded I kill. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded, I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me, and sunk to the level of a wild beast. There is no path back to the light. Be it I or my dear friend Asogi who dies this night, I am eternally damned. To my extortioner, male Strongheart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow.
So now we know. Yes, Clint Van Zieks was a murderer. But somebody was directing him and naming his victims. His extortioner, Lord Male Strongheart. It was you!
Lord Strongheart, a moment ago, you claimed that the court has just...
Good morning.
You claim that what the court has just heard could destroy justice in this country. But you weren't trying to protect justice at all. All you were trying to do was conceal the secret of your true nature and the countless lives you've sacrificed up till now. It just didn't make sense to me. But the third victim, the former Lord Chief Justice, was my brother's benefactor, a man of lofty principles. As I said, Clint had no possible reason to kill the man.
But you did, didn't you, Lord Strongheart? To eliminate the man who stood between you and the office you'd set your sights on. So you used your own hunting dog, Lord Clint Van Zieks, to take him down.
It had to be done.
Okay.
Okay.
London's unsavory shadows are deep, and the arm of the law fails to reach their depths. Crime must be cut off at the roots, but the Lord Chief Justice at the time couldn't see that. He was weak. Lofty principles, you say? Tantamount to cowardice, if you ask me.
Cool story. Still murder.
Which is why I took his place. In order to fight the crime he was allowing to spread like wildfire. By murdering the man. The Reaper, the Professor, the name makes no difference. As I've explained countless times already, it was all done for the furtherance of law and order in London.
Are you going to legitimize the murder of my father now, too?
Ah, Genshin Asogi. Well, that was unfortunate. I had fully intended to send him back to Japan, as we'd agreed.
I don't believe you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed him.
No, it wasn't me who took your father's life.
Then who?
On the night following his mock execution, I went to Logate Cemetery at 3 in the morning with Jigoku.
Oh. Judge Jigoku?
There had to be a collaborator on the Japanese side to manage Asogi's treatment after his repatriation. Jigoku has fierce ambition. It made him easy to manipulate. 10 years ago, after he stood trial for the destruction of the witness stand, I had words with him. When I told him the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs could be his, he couldn't agree fast enough. Seishiro. You fool. As you know, Hosogi escaped the prison in a closed casket and was subsequently interred. We intended to dig him out of his grave before he ran out of air. But sadly, all did not go to plan.
Does anyone remember
Strange
who?
sound effect.
Yes. Wait, who is?
It's Squirtle.
Does anyone
Pretty sure
remember who Enoch Drebber was? I don't remember who I casted.
I'm pretty sure that was final.
Oh, there you go, Final.
God, I don't even remember who Enoch Drebber was.
The
The
robot
white hair,
one.
he
White
he
hair
had like
robot guy.
the gear eye patch thing.
Oh God, him. Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There was an unexpected visitor to the cemetery with his own ideas about digging up graves. A man who witnessed what nobody was supposed to see.
Enoch Drebber.
Of course, I knew grave robbers frequented London cemeteries. But that grave on that particular night, what are the chances, honestly? Blast! If people find out the convict wasn't really executed, scandal will rock the very foundations of the Empire.
That can be Seshiro, I guess.
Then what?
Oh.
Then what do we do?
Shoot him, Mr. Jigoku! Shoot Hosogi at once! He can't live now. He can't live now this has happened. He has to go.
What are you talking about? You had an agreement. You promised he could return to Japan.
Everything has changed now. If the truth got out because of this, both of us would be finished forever. Come on, Jigoku, do it! Stop being a coward! Pull the trigger!
Do it yourself.
No balls!
Shoot her!
Shoot him!
Jigoku, shoot!
Oh my god.
Jigoku shot Hosogi from the shadows. The grave robber was so close the blood sprayed over his coat.
Oh, so that's what that came from.
He fled as fast as his legs could carry him.
Enoch Drebber's in the same room.
And Jigoku and I put Hosogi's body back in the grave from which he just emerged. When I later learned of the waxwork modeler's presence at the scene as well, I made her swear to two things. Never to remove the professor's mask, and never to speak of the events of that night. And with that, the secret was buried along with Hosogi's corpse.
It wasn't buried very well because she eventually spoke on it.
So, now you know what really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night.
I mean, it took 10 years for it to resurface, but yeah.
Mr. Hodo, this man's a douche.
Yeah, I've come to that conclusion myself already.
Well said, Susato. Well said. It was Jigoku, your Japanese acquaintance, who killed Hosogi in the end, you see. He claimed to be the man's friend, but when push came to shove, he pulled the trigger.
You made him do it.
Just before Mr. Jigoku left the courtroom earlier, he said that the assassin exchange proposal was a demand from his British counterpart, not a request.
So you coerced him too, using what happened in the graveyard?
By that time, Jigoku was the Minister of Foreign Affairs negotiating international treaties with Britain. You can imagine what would have happened if it came to light he'd murdered a compatriot 10 years earlier. He would have lost everything. I merely reminded him of that.
Uh-huh.
How do you sleep at night?
On a very
a very-
comfortable bed, thank you. These past 10 years, I've fought tirelessly with the darker recesses of London's criminal underworld. And I've used whatever means necessary to ensure that justice prevails and law and order reign supreme. I'm the hero, you see.
That couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is, you haven't fought crime at all.
How dare you! I saved Clint Van Zieks from dishonor in his death.
Whilst behind the scenes, you systematically buried anyone who stood in your way. And then, you made my father take the blame.
It was unavoidable. It was the only way to protect our justice system and public order.
No, it wasn't.
Let's not forget the others you had killed as well. Setting the defendant up as the Reaper to cover up the truth behind the murders of countless more.
That's enough! Do you have any idea of the conniving that led to the acquittals of those wretched criminals? We have to fight fire with fire. Our courts can't function without a Reaper. Can't you see all I've done for this country? This has been my struggle.
Objection.
Pick better jurors then. You
You've
picked
done
that child as a juror.
It's Lord Van Zieks here, who worked tirelessly and justly in court, whilst enduring the disgrace of the Reaper name.
And Inspector Gregson, fraught with anguish for having sullied his hands through a desire to do the right thing. Not to mention Genshin Asogi, who risked his life going in pursuit of the truth you try to hide. No, the darker recesses of London's underworld were largely filled by you.
Little. When will you get it through your thick skulls?
That it was all for Queen and country? I'm tiring of that excuse. You've consistently twisted the truth for bargaining power to make others do your building. Your bidding. Nothing more.
I mean, he sure was
building
building something.
I can
Yeah.
do buildings. I can do buildings too. Biggest buildings.
People who willingly twist the truth and coerce others have no right to call themselves part of the judiciary. I strongly suggest you don't ever talk of justice again. Dang, you tell him, Ryunosuke. I see Discord has decided to not hit any of those.
Don't worry, he was just talking about the great ace eternity general homicide.
Well. Dear me, my good fellows, dear me. A well-deserved round of applause, I think, for a quite marvelous performance.
Are you a seal now? What are you talking about?
Those delightfully grave expressions, that beautifully pronounced Queen's English. Really, our friends from the Far East are quite the picture of industriousness.
You fraud. Keep your mockery.
Please, don't misunderstand. It really is exactly as you both said. What are you trying to say? I have occupied the darker recesses of London's underworld and, how did you put it, done nothing? I confess it's a little embarrassing to have it pointed out quite so starkly, but yes, I really have done nothing, which means I can be indicted for nothing. No.
Huh? What?
It's still murder.
Murder I didn't commit. It's true. Personally, I have committed no crime. I've merely been surrounded by fools who've acted very rashly indeed.
Objection.
You can't get away with that. You've consistently preyed on people's weaknesses.
And what? Threaten them? Are you sure it wasn't just bargaining?
Oh my lord.
Strongheart! Lord Strongheart!
You shut up.
As a reminder, I would like to address all the good lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the judiciary here present. You all know of these darker recesses in our great capital, and deep down I believe you also know that to fight those who dwell there requires at least one of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. So let me appeal to your good sense now. Consider the situation with me. If this catalog of horrifying revelations were to become common knowledge among the 6 million inhabitants of London, what might happen?
Reform.
To learn that the infamous murderer of royals and nobles was a respected member of the aristocracy himself. That evidence was fabricated in the scapegoat's trial amid secret negotiations with prosecutors to effect a jailbreak. That the Reaper of the Bailey was an organized group of assassins managed by a Scotland Yard inspector. And finally, that it was all masterminded by the Lord Chief Justice himself.
If the general public... Sorry, stream is getting a bit slow sometimes. If the general public of Britain knew the truth, all faith in the police and prosecutor's office would be completely lost, without doubt.
The order in the capital would completely break down. We'd be cast back to the lawless days of the last century.
Eat the rich!
Precisely! As it was 100 years ago, when 1 in 10 of the population were criminals. Think what we've accomplished since then. A public policing force. A comprehensive set of laws. And if we want to continue to protect this new era of law and order, I say again, we must at times occupy the darkness ourselves.
I don't really like that.
We have successfully identified and apprehended the man responsible for taking Inspector Gregson's life. That is all that was expected of this trial. All these other matters that have been discussed will be eliminated from the minutes of these proceedings in the interest of preserving law and order.
Dun dun.
And to protect Her Majesty the Queen, of course. Well, my lords, ladies, and gentlemen, what say you?
I really don't like this, actually.
He has a point.
The things that Sean's done is quite unforgivable.
On the
Well, on
other
the other hand, isn't it our duty to maintain law and order in the capital?
You can't deny that the
deny
threat
it.
the Reaper over the years has done wonders for the crime rate.
and by fair means or foul, that's all thanks to Lord Strongheart. Oh God, he's getting a Smash Bros chant.
I'm not participating in this. I don't quite like these proceedings.
Are you hearing this?
This is the will of the British judiciary?
Yeah, I would want to drink too after this.
No, this tracks.
Yeah, this hits too close to home.
Yeah.
For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the record shall be erased.
Fun. We're gonna have to.
Okay,
leave...
so
what?
what Strongheart is saying here is that if someone pulled out a gun and shot him, that's for the interest of law and country.
No, Benzik's just give the signal. I can drink this guy.
That's what he's saying. He's basically justifying his own assassination. If anyone killed him right now because of what he did, it would be okay because you're doing it for law and order.
Does anyone even have a gun right now? Anyway.
And our Lord Majesty, and our Lord Majesty the Queen.
We have
And Her
swords.
Majesty
No,
the Queen.
we
I'm sorry,
have
Her
swords.
Majesty.
We can decapitate him.
Them in the chest.
We have, like, 2
stomach,
swords,
there's
honestly,
several ways to
like-
kill him.
3 swords.
Anyways.
Wait, Baroque has
We have a sword called Parma. One might even say Karma's a bitch.
Well, let's we'll find out what happens
waited
in the
all
next
video.
So,
Wait, he's a
I waited
vampire.
all
Throw him
video
in the
to say
fire.
that. I waited all video to say that. I just want to state that.